Hi, it's Alaska Granny. There's questions I keep asking myself. How can I start prepping? How can I prepare on a budget? Where can I really find the cheapest, best food to stockpile so that I can afford to have food on hand? If you're looking to build a food supply and it needs to be cheap and on a budget, I'm finding that the best place to go is actually to Walmart. Walmart is a store that nearly all of us have access to, and you may have lots of other stores that you can bargain shop at those as well. Many of us don't have access to all types of other stores, and so I thought I would compare what the prices are at Walmart for the longest lasting cheap foods and even give you some tips on how you could prepare a few of them. It doesn't make any sense to store food you don't know what to do with, you're not willing to eat, and you don't even know how to prepare it. So I'm going to give you some of those tips as well. I was able to spend some time in the lower 48, so I was able to do some price comparisons to what the prices would be at Walmart in Alaska as well as in the lower 48. I also discovered that Dollar Tree is not really a bargain anymore because all of these foods are basically going up in price. Food variety is becoming non-existent at the Dollar Tree while the prices are going up. If it's a store that you can readily access, maybe Walmart is too far and the price of gas makes it prohibitive to drive there, yes, we still need to make the best of what we can arrange that fits our budget and fits in our location and that makes sense of where we can get to that store and spend our little bit amount of money. Beans and rice are just the easiest way to start prepping. They are complete protein when you put them together. They're easy to store for the longest haul. They're cheap to make filling meals. They're full of protein. It's a food that can fill up your tummy and it can help you feel full for a long time. The fiber in it is also great for your digestion. If you're just getting started in prepping or you want to add to it, we can think about variety. So even if you only have a few dollars, you can still get a variety of food. You have food that you could store away for up to 30 years, but you could also start eating it this week if you need to. A strategy might be to pick up the 1-pound bags of beans. They're cheap, they're easy to store, they're easy to prepare, but the prices do vary, so we need to pay attention to how much our budget is and how much money we're actually spending. So if we look here at Walmart in the lower 48, you can find a 1-pound bag of pinto beans for $1. That same bag would be $1.50 at the Dollar Tree, so do you see why I think Walmart is a better deal? And a lot of these other varieties they don't necessarily have at the Dollar Tree, so that's where it's important that we pay attention. If you wanted Great Northern beans, they're $1.92. Lima beans, $1.98. And here's an example of once you start buying larger amounts, you save a little bit of money because a 2-pound bag of pinto beans would be $1.98. So you would be getting twice as many beans as the Great Northern or the Lima for about the same price. Then we can look at some other varieties of beans. Red kidney beans, $1.22. Then the next Great Northern bean is a 2-pound bag for $2.22. But then we have black beans, 1 pound for $1.50. And small red beans, 1 pound for $1.87. Let's compare that to the price in Alaska. At Walmart in Alaska, a pound of Great Northern beans is $2.50. A pound of pinto beans is $1.24. A pound of pink beans is $1.77. And 1 pound of lima beans is $2.58. So you can see it is less expensive to shop in the lower 48 because all the food needs to be shipped up here. It's sent on barges up to Alaska. The cost of living just varies depending on where you live, but it's interesting to compare. So let's look again. Okay, small red beans, 1 pound, $2.43. 1 pound of baby lima beans is $2.57. 1 pound of black beans is $1.78, and 1 pound of red kidney beans is $1.58. So you can see compared to Alaska prices, that's why I keep thinking that the Dollar Tree is still a bargain. But when you actually look at what the Walmart in the lower 48 is, where Dollar Tree is, then you can see that it's not necessarily a good deal. Some other varieties of beans you may want to look at. Mayocoba beans, $1.92. Black-eyed peas, $2.16. Navy beans, $1.66. This great northern bean is $2.50, but it's out of stock. Okay, let's remember that lentils and split peas are also part of the beans and rice that are nutritious and inexpensive. At Walmart in the lower 48, 1 pound of split peas is $1.42, and 1 pound of lentils is $1.92. Then if we look at the price in Alaska, which, interesting to note, these are both out of stock, the split peas are $1.84 and the lentils are $2.28. So that's something to think about. They can put whatever price they want, but if the food isn't in stock, you can't buy it. So that's another good reason to think about, why are foods becoming scarcer, more expensive, harder to find? Should I stock up while I still can? These foods can be stored away in my pantry, airtight, cool, dark, and dry, and they can last for years. And then I will still have that food whenever I need it. I can get it out and prepare a meal and still continue to feed my family. If we look at Walmart in the lower 48, spices are about $1.08 for most of them. Not all of them, but basic ones that you would want to have on hand. Garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, those are $1.08 in the lower 48. And if you want salt-free garlic and herb seasoning blend, that's $1.96. Some of us are concerned with sodium, and so finding those kind of blends can be helpful. Also in the lower 48, we can find lemon pepper seasoning, Italian seasoning, parsley flakes, and chili powder for $1.08. So do you see how you could mix in some of these spices with your regular plain beans and rice and start to have varied meals depending on your flavor profile that you enjoy? A seasoning to think about that you can make your own, or maybe you buy it in a packet, is taco seasoning. And I was surprised to see that it seemed to be the same one was 57 cents or 47 cents, depending on the package it was in. 57 cents for 1.25 ounces, so then the regular one is 1 ounce. But then when you look at mild taco seasoning mix, 1 ounce, and mild taco seasoning mix, 1 ounce, those are 47 cents or 57 cents. So you have to pay attention when you're shopping, because you don't want to pay 10 cents more for the exact same item. That 10 cents could be valuable to you in buying other prepping supplies, more food to have on hand, paying those basic bills. So you have to pay attention to what the price is. Make sure you're finding the lowest price. Basic seasonings and spices in Alaska tend to cost more. Garlic powder, $1.24. Onion powder, $1.24. Paprika, $1.24. And the salt-free garlic and herb is $2.34. Then we can find lemon pepper for $1.24, Italian seasoning for $1.24, the same with parsley and chili powder, $1.24. And then the seasoning mix of taco seasoning is 56 cents. And here is less sodium. One of them is 56 cents, and the other one is 58 cents. So when you're in Walmart, no matter which Walmart you're in, you need to pay attention that these things look like they're the same. They shouldn't cost any different, but they seem to. So pay attention to the packaging when you're shopping. So normally we consider that 1 pound of beans equals 3 cans of beans. Well, what if you don't have a can of beans and you don't want to have a whole bunch of extra beans on hand? What I do, for example, if I want pinto beans, I take 1 cup of pinto beans, I rinse them, put them in the crock pot, and add 2 cups of water. Then I cook it on high all day. Something else to remember, the older your beans, the longer they take. So if you don't think they got soft enough, you can keep cooking them a little bit longer, and that may do the trick. Here are my pinto beans I cooked in the crock pot all day, and I can take my pinto beans with some rice, a little bit of chicken, and pour a nice sauce over it, and I have a hearty, filling meal for not a lot of money. Did you realize you could cook rice and lentils together in one pot? Here's a cheap and easy meal that I made with rice and lentils. I took 3/4 cup of rice, 1/4 cup of lentils. I rinsed them and added them into 2 1/4 cup of boiling water. Then I seasoned it with 1 1/2 tablespoons of taco seasoning. Taco, lentils, and rice, right? I like Mexican food, so I'm always experimenting with seasonings. So you just put on the lid, let it simmer for about 40 minutes until your lentils are soft. And look at this, you have a nice hearty meal of rice and lentils with a taco flair. Let's think about building up our food storage stockpile, even if we're on a budget, even if things need to be cheap. You can go to Walmart and pick up a few things. If every time you go to the store, you add in just one more package of food, and if you put a can of food, I always figure that's a meal. But if you put away some dry food as well, you can make more than one meal out of a pound of beans, a pound of rice, and add in a little bit of seasoning. I keep hearing the price of gas is $4, but it's $5 where I am, so I don't know where they're getting it for $4, and the price is going up all the time. Every time you go by the gas station, do you feel your heart coming up into your throat and giving you a little choky? Because where is that extra money coming from? It needs to come from somewhere. Cut back on things we don't need and stock up on things that we do need so that we can continue to thrive and survive. Leave it in the comments below. What are some cheap and easy meals that you make from rice and beans or lentils and split peas? Let's share ideas on how to continue to use, rotate, and replace those longest lasting foods so that they become an actual part of our lives and not just something that's put away on the shelf that we're not sure what to do with. We want to store foods that we know we can prepare meals with, we know how to feed our family, and keep ourselves safe in an ever more dangerous world. If you shop on Amazon, if you'll click in the link in the description box below before you shop, it doesn't cost you anymore, but it provides a little bit of revenue that helps support my channel. I hope you'll like my video, share it, and please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel.